What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing the one-turn KO strat for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's upcoming 7-star Water Tera Hisuian Samurott raid. This is going to be a multiplayer strat, so you will need 4 players to do this, but people in my Discord server will be doing this strat. We'll be demonstrating this as well later when the raid is live. And of course, guys, like this type of content, enjoy these videos. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. Now for our builds, and I really love this strategy because it's really easy to get most of these Pokemon, and our star of the show is going to be Miraidon. So at least half of the player base probably has one. For all the Violet players, you should have at least one of these by now, and there's a decent amount of Scarlet players who probably have one of these by now as well. So with Miraidon, very simple build. You're just gonna have the item choice specs. Your Tera doesn't really matter here because we're going to knock it out on the first turn, but, for other builds, it would be helpful to have Tera Electric. And then max HP, max special attack, modest nature, and your ability is going to set up electric terrain, which is going to further boost your electric type damage. And you also get a special attack boost on top of the electric terrain as well. And the one move that we are going to be using is Electro Drift. Now, Electro Drift with its secondary effect means this move will be doing 133 damage base to the Samurott, and then you got to calculate on top of that Sab, super effective, electric terrain, and then the additional special attack boost that you get from the electric terrain, and then choice specs. So that's a lot of calculations going to it, meaning Miraidon is going to do a ton of damage here just by itself, but it does need a couple of supporters to really push it over the edge. Now for our next build, it's going to be the role of Acid Sprayer, and my favorite Acid Sprayer for this is going to be the Quillfishes, either the regular Quillfish or the Hisuian. They both work well, and I like the item focus sash for both of them because I'm not assuming there's going to be a turn 0 move. We haven't seen that for the last 2 raids, the Decidueye and Typhlosion, so it's safe to assume they're not going to be a turn 0 move. But even if there is, they should be able to survive them because they both have excellent typing and they both have the ability Intimidate, which is going to lower the status of the attack of the Samurott by 1, which is going to be great. And we're also going to be running max HP, max defense, bold nature, and pretty much we can survive any type of move, even a critical hit. And all we're going to do in this roll is just hit the Acid Spray button. Acid Spray is going to lower the special defense by 2. It's also going to do a little bit of damage, not enough to really matter, but a little bit of damage always makes this one-turn KO a little bit easier to do. And now for our last Pokemon is Mr. Stonejourner. Stonejourner appears in pretty much every single one of these because this Pokemon is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, Stonejourner, you're going to run the Focus Sash on. I do max HP, max defense on mine. You could do like a Bold Nature. It doesn't really matter. The only thing that this Pokemon needs to do is sit on the field. Power Spot increases all damage on your side of the field by 1.3. It's essentially like a free Life Orb boost. And you're going to hit Attack Shear, which is a 1.5 boost as well. So you're going to be giving a total of a 1.8 boost just by having the Stonejourner sit there and hit Attack Shear, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Now for the infographic, and this is a very simple raid for us to do. So player 1 is going to be the Miraidon with the choice specs Electro Drift. Now this player is going to have to wait for the other players to hit their buttons first, or you will not be getting the one-turn KO off. So player 2 is going to be an Acid Spray player. As I mentioned before, plenty of Pokemon can use Acid Spray, and I recommend any Pokemon that is using Acid Spray to at the very least have Focus Sash. I will still say Quillfish is the best option because you do have Acid Spray and Intimidate, which is going to guarantee everything survives no matter what. And we're going to have 2 Acid Spray players. So if you have 2 Quillfishes out, you're going to have -2 on that Samurott immediately in the raid. So that can prevent any shenanigans, and pretty much Samurott can't knock out anything with a turn 0 attack and a turn 1 attack if it is at -2, which is going to be the worst case scenario of things happening to us. So this is the best absolute supporter here. But once again, if you have other Acid Sprayers like a Alolan Muk, or maybe even like a Mew, which is weak to dark, with a Focus Sash, you should be okay for the most part. So feel free to use whatever you want. This is just the one I like the most in this case. Now, player 3, which is technically our last player here, is going to be the Stonejourner player with the Focus Sash and the Attack Cheer. And once again, as I said, They just sit on the field with power spot. They use that attack cheer. They're good to go. Now, once the Miraidon player sees the attack cheer animation and sees that 2 acid sprays has gone off from the sidebar on the left side of the screen, or just from the animation playing in front of them, then they're going to hit Electro Drift, and this is going to get your guaranteed 1-hit KO on turn 1. Now, we got 2 calcs here. So, most likely, the Hisuian Samurott is going to be times 30 HP. My reasoning for this is going to be Hisuian Decidueye and Hisuian Typhlosion were both times 30 HP. Seems like it's going to be another times 30 because this is a trio of Pokemon. Makes sense that they're all going to be relatively standardized. So, I am very confident in this times 30 calc, which is the whole point of this video. So you can see here a max special attack choice specs, hard-on engine, Miraidon attack cheer with 1 power spot, boosted Electro Drift versus a -4 special defense Tera Water Hisuian Samurott in electric terrain is going to do 10,650 to 12,530, which is a guaranteed 1-hit KO because it's going to do 110% to 130% of its max life at times 30 HP. So this is a tactical nuke. This is super easy to set up. Now, for some reason, if it happens to be a times 35 Hisuian Samurott for its HP status, it's still going to do a lot of damage. It's going to be doing the same amount, 10,650 to 12,530, which is going to be a 94.7 to 111.5% of the boss's max HP. So this is going to be a 68.8% chance to 1-hit KO. Now, is technically the calc is going to be a little bit higher than that because it is going to be getting hit by 2 acid sprays. Not going to do a lot of damage, but it's probably going to rack it up to about a 69, maybe even a 70% chance of getting that 1-turn KO. Now, if it is times 35 and you don't get the good roll, let's say 70% to round up, and you don't get that good 70%, you get the bad 30%, the reality is you're going to be able to kill it on turn 2 because you're just going to spam Electro Drift this entire time. The Acid Spray players are just going to keep on spamming Acid Spray, or they can switch to Chilling Water if they want to lower that attack. But in all reality, it's already going to be a -2 Samurott. Just hit more Acid Sprays on it to keep that -6 special defense. And the Miraidon with the choice specs just keeps on hitting that Electro Drift, and you're going to be good to go. And the Stone Journer player just got to sit there. They can go for defense cheer. Worst case scenario, they can go for heal cheer. Doesn't really matter what they do because it's not going to survive more than 2 turns on the field, no matter what, with this strategy. If it is times 35, which I still believe is going to be times 30. So there we have it, guys. That is my 1-turn Hisuian Samurott strat for this upcoming raid. We're going to be doing this in the Discord server. We're going to do this live on stream if I'm not eating my Thanksgiving dinner at that time. So, of course, guys, like this type of content, enjoy these videos. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, and have a good one.